And I know this all comes as a surprise in an age where we apparently have record employment, record numbers of jobs, job creations are just skyrocketing. And how does any of that make sense? And what all those statistics never tell you is that salary jobs with benefits, with health insurance, with, God forbid, unions, those are in free fall. What is skyrocketing is temp work, contract work, and of course the app economy. The app economy is doing just fine. And I mean, thanks to Uber, you can basically work forever. You can get off your regular job, you can go home, and instead of going to sleep, you can drive a car for $6 an hour. And while people feel more and more suffocated, while people feel more and more desperate, because at the end of the day, they have to work every square inch of their lives away, they're being told by millionaires who are being paid by billionaires that the root of their problem isn't in automation. It isn't in, neoliberal globalization where jobs are being shipped overseas wherever it's cheaper, where robots are taking over jobs wherever they can. They're being told by these millionaires on television, on YouTube, on wherever they see them, that the root of their problem is in the other, that the root of the problem is immigrants, that the root of the problem is people taking their jobs, the root of the problem is people trying to replace them. There's a great replacement taking place. And so you combine this desperation, this suffocation with a narrative. And so you've got people who are unemployed or people who are employed but still can't make ends meet, and they're desperate and they spend a lot of time online. And what do they learn online? That the root of their problem isn't in a system that's set up to slowly siphon wealth from the bottom all the way up to the top. They're taught that the problem is the other, that the problem is just across the border, that the problem is coming to take their jobs, or the problem's already here, that it's taking their jobs, that refugees aren't people escaping horrific atrocities, in large part set up by the United States, that these people are coming single-handedly to replace them, that there's a great replacement in the works. And so you've got these millionaires who are paid by billionaires to go onto television, to go into magazines, to go into YouTube, and continue to push this narrative, to continue to make people afraid in order to distract you from the real issues, in order to distract you from the fact that at the end of the day, it's automation, it's globalization, it's a whole host of factors that are replacing jobs, that are removing jobs, that are making jobs obsolete. There's a whole host of factors that are taking wealth, that are concentrating wealth, that are moving wealth away from the lower and middle classes, all the way up to the 0.001%. Not the 1%, the 0.001%. Because we live in a day and age when 45 individuals own the collective wealth of half the planet. And as long as that's the case, people are going to keep feeling more and more desperate. And they're going to look for answers. They're going to look for answers in all kinds of places. And there's a lot of millionaires paid by billionaires willing to give them those answers. And this is going to keep happening. It's like the first sparks in a fire, At first they come infrequently, and then as the fire starts to rage, the sparks start to overwhelm you, and suddenly 2 in a day won't seem that unusual. It'll be normal. That is truly horrifying.